Yes. Good afternoon. Try it again. Good afternoon. There we go. We got a big hall to fill with the sounds of joy and people convening again for the first time in a long time. My name is Greg Karen. I'm the president and CEO of the Philadelphia Convention and Visitors Bureau, and nothing gives me more pleasure than to host this illustrious group and to host our first major convention in quite some time. So I've got some remarks, then I'm going to hand it off to our good mayor, and then to the Imperial Potentate, and we're going to kick this thing off the way it deserves to be. I like that. Thank you. My mom and my wife aren't even here. You know, on March 5th of last year, we had a convention that concluded here in this beautiful convention center. And everybody that attended walked out of this building, checked out of their hotels, and went home. Little did we know that we wouldn't be standing here again welcoming our next convention until today, so 14 months later. What we're proud of, even in advance of that, is that this venue safely and successfully hosted other events here that met the needs of our city. We were a center for vaccinations. We were the center of the 2020 international elections. We were even lucky enough to have the teenage sports tournaments and have filled this building with the excitement of volleyball and spring. All of that due to the hard work of this building in this city. So on behalf of the Philadelphia Convention and Visitors Bureau and our hospitality partners, I would like to welcome those to Philadelphia and to Philadelphia. The big triumph. Notice I didn't look down for that. Not easy. It's not easy. Today's the day to celebrate. When a convention is in town, you can feel it. You can feel it on the streets, on the sidewalks, in our hotels, people shopping in our shops, visiting attractions, and keeping all of our businesses going. It is a big deal when we have a convention here. I couldn't be more proud that this is the first one. It takes a lot of hard work to start moving the needle, to overcome everything that COVID-19 has done to our economy and especially our hospitality community. We do understand that it will take time to rebuild to where we once were. Philadelphia is resilient, and Philadelphia is unstoppable. 2020 showed us what happens when our hospitality industry evaporates. It didn't just dwindle, it went away like that. Heard a lot of businesses. We had upwards of 60% of people who work in hospitality out of work. Our mission, my personal mission, the mayor's mission has been to get those people back to work as quickly as possible. And it's through conventions like this that we're able to do that. I'd like to specifically thank our partners at the Pennsylvania Convention Center Authority and ASL management team that have made sure to make the improvements to this building. For you all here today as our first convention, but for every other convention that we host through the rest of the year and the rest of the decade. I also want to acknowledge our special guest today who will soon join us for the ribbon cutting at the other. Ms. Jacqueline Brown Arredondo, the 48th Imperial Commandress. The man, as I believe, with the hardest job in this building is here. Shriner's Imperial Convention Director, who has done an extraordinary job in a shorter time frame than he has ever probably had to work this magnitude of a convention together. U.S. Congressman Dwight Edwards. ASM Global's General Manager of the Pennsylvania Convention Center, Calvin Moore. And my good friend, Richard Lee, who is not only chairman of our PHL-CVB's Diversity Division, but also Regional Development Director for the United Negro College Fund, and a great connection with our community. Finally, to the 44th Imperial Potentate, Noble John T. Chapman. Noble, congratulations on your achievements after this event, and thank you for bringing the work back and the Shriners back at the Pennsylvania Convention Center. Finally, thank you, Mayor Kenny, for your steadfast support of our hospitality community and citizens of our great city. And with that, I'd like to invite Mayor Jim Kenny to the podium.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. Certainly a pleasure to welcome you all back to Philadelphia. We're so happy and proud to have you. I know many of you are well acquainted with our city and have a rich history together. On behalf of the city of Philadelphia and its residents, we are thrilled that the organization has chosen the country's first World Heritage City as the location of your 128th Imperial Court Session. We know you will have a wonderful experience here. Conventions like this have a positive impact on our local community. Jobs are supported, hotels are bustling, and small businesses see an increase in foot traffic. This activity is critical to our local economy, giving opportunities for hospitality workers in every neighborhood across our city to provide for their families. Tourism has long been one of the key strategies for growing Philadelphia's economy. Pre-pandemic tourism and hospitality was one of the largest, fastest growing employment sectors in our city, with more than 76,000 jobs. Industry job losses were devastating, as you know, due to COVID-19. While some jobs are being found, it will take time for hospitality jobs to be fully restored. Bringing back meetings, conventions, and events to the Pennsylvania Convention Center and our local hotels is a big step toward that recovery. The economic impact generated by visitors brought to Philadelphia and the Pennsylvania Convention Center by the Philadelphia Convention and Visitors Bureau have positive ripple effects throughout the city, resulting not only in job opportunities for thousands of workers, but also taxes that support our vital programs in a city that has a lot of need. We are also honored to be the home of the 44th Imperial Potentate, Noble John T. Chapman, who's been a proud Philadelphian. Noble Chapman is a life member of the Wissahickon Boys Club, the first and oldest African-American boys club in America, and he attended our public schools also. He was a proud graduate of Cheney University in Temple. Noble Chapman began his relationship with the Masonic in 1969, right here in Philadelphia, serving in many roles, eventually elected to the office of illustrious potentate of Philadelphia's Pyramid #1, the Shrine's oldest and largest temple. He then moved up in the organization's highest office, that Imperial Potentate. Noble Chapman has also served our city with a long and productive career, working with youth in the school district of Philadelphia. So thank you, Noble Chapman, for your dedication to our city and for your role in bringing the Shriners to Philadelphia. And before I bring you up for a special presentation, this is a big deal. This is a huge deal. To see folks coming back, formally reopening our city's convention business is just beyond anything we could have before. And through all that we've all been through for the past 15 months, I know we still have a little more to go. These are the kinds of things that really make the city blossom again. All the people many of the people who work in this industry come from every neighborhood in our city. They're African Americans, they're Latinos, they're Asian folks, they're white people, they're people from all over the city, all over the region. And getting people back to work is the most important thing we can do to come out of this mess that we've been in the past year. Well, it's been a mess for a few years before that, but the health mess. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, so Noble Chapman, I think we have a presentation for you if somebody has it. This one actually.
So, Congressman, they don't know what happened. So I'm going to leave him. First of all, let me acknowledge our board of directors of this corporation who stand to my right and left. I'm ready to come closer to the front. These gentlemen, along with these two gentlemen here in front of me, myself, make up the corporate board of the Ancient Egyptian Arabic Order of Nobles Mystic Shrine Incorporated. We stand up with corporate who you are. You said we don't want you to fall. Okay. We also have the leadership of our ladies also. Okay, the ladies here in the white adorned. Okay, and led by 48th Commandress, daughter Jacqueline Brown Arredondo. I see some of my family here. And even though he's a member of Legacy Fine Incorporated, we still love Stephanie Marsh's husband. It's my wife's cousin, Byron Golden, and his lovely wife, Stephanie, who works for one of my mentees, Mayor Kenny, the sometimes honorable Tumar Alexander. As he will attest, in this city, we have my good friend and neighbor who is responsible, Gil, for generating an appropriation from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to assist and support our parade cause. The Honorable he just can't get away from me either, but he about goes down the street. Right? And certainly without question. Boy, I know him since he was 12 years old. I watched his march to success. You know, and we're proud of him. Okay? And we understand about you. Let me tell your brother I want my money for myself. It's a particularly proud moment for me. Been here all my life. Raised in Placentia, went to Germantown High School, graduate at Cheney, excuse me, I'm a graduate. My college degree says Cheney State. That's how far back I go. Of course, I hold a couple of graduate degrees from Temple University. I'm not facetious. This city's done much for me. And in particular, my community. Which is why every child who a parent chose to send to a school, I was a teacher or administrator, I cared about and I cared for, like Monique Brown at Noble Brook High School. Somebody gave me a chance. Some other people put my feet on a path that clearly I had no ambition, idea, or thought. But they've led me down and I did what I could do. I did the good things for my children. Mayor King, I want to applaud you. You and council have finally come to an arrangement and agreement to mitigate gun violence in the city. I said the other day that, I watch the 12 o'clock news, and every time I turn it on, okay, there's a murder, 2, 3, 4 in the city. And most of them are Abdul's age. We have to learn to engage our community, and we have to it's our children. You can't divorce yourself from that responsibility. Okay? Most of the folk I see sitting today, they look like me. You know, we didn't start our journey with a lot of support and families that get our way to colleges and that kind of thing. So, you and this beautiful young lady, would you come up here for a moment?
Here we go.
So, we normally accept the $1,000 donation from a city to support our diabetes initiative, which is now grown to what I hope will become the community health initiative. Because whether people realize it or not, okay, gun violence is a health issue. Okay. In fact, my son, Dorothy Johnson Spate's son, that's the friends. And my son left him a half an hour before he was murdered. So it could have been my boy. So I told Greg Karen and Ms. Brewer that we're not going to give the money to the NGI. We're raising money to support that. Okay, so today, to the two of you, I want to present these presentations. The real ones are coming later. Your mama so she can get this is a contribution and donation. From this organization to assist both of you in your pursuit of better life and success in attaining the accomplishment. It's important. We can't lose you. You are our future. Sometimes people have a tendency to overlook the issue. Okay. You be a future Jim Kennedy. Okay. And if I'm sitting around long enough and it happens, you know, I really appreciate you. When I'm attaining a full load of 125 hours a semester.
Long time ago,
You know, today, many of our children were not as fortunate as mine to have parents who could pay for their education. So they are in six-figure debt the day they walk into the world. You got to stop that. That's a tragedy. There's enough money in the economy of this nation, okay, that we can take this back to the 1960s and let children get to college for an amount of money that you could have saved. I could say what I want to say. And I have the bully pulpit, and I'm going to use it. But let me take a moment out of this to acknowledge a woman who shared my life, to help raise my children. Okay? And, you know, to turn hard or brown on the vine over the years. She's still as gorgeous as she was when I met her 40 years ago. Okay, so this is my lovely wife, Kelly A. Murray Chapman. That's Victoria's cousin. Okay. So for people like the Goshen, Jimmy Goshen, okay, people like Dan Chapman, Sand, and others, we do this today. Okay? We do this today. We live here. These folks ain't going nowhere. And as I said when I was the principal of Benjamin Franklin High School to my staff, every child that you fail to educate and support and uplift on their journey has the potential to become a violent predator, okay, or harm you or someone you love. It's our obligation. And to all the black folk assembly, okay, you can't get away from this. Because you sit where you sit today, somebody else put you in that seat. I don't apologize for my personality. No day of the week. But I can tell you this. 2 more attest to the fact that I've taken more dysfunctional and out of order schools in this city and turned them around, along with my little brother, Lewis Alvin Williams, who came in with his 10th, and put them on a path to success. Okay? And you know how you do that? You don't spend your time trying to be popular, or politically correct. Because the nonsense that you see in our streets and our schools ain't politically correct. And I can attest to this. There has never been an employee in the history of the school district of Philadelphia that they wanted to fire more than me. But I made a great living and have a terrific pension because of young people like this. Okay? I owe it to them. So I'm going to take my seat, but I see my good friend Stephanie Boyd here this morning. So let me recognize the Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church in Philadelphia. My outstanding pastor, who is a world revival leader, Dr. Alan Wong, can invite you on any Saturday evening at 5 p.m., any Sunday morning at 240 West Coulter at 6:45 a.m., or 10 a.m. at 2800 West Cheltenham Avenue. Come to worship. Enon is a place where people encounter God. But you see, you don't, as the Bible says in the scripture of the Old Testament, don't be a sayer of the word, be a doer of the word. There's not been an official in this city that I beat up more than I beat up Rick.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Your leadership and your words are inspirational. I call up the folks that I mentioned earlier to do our official ribbon on this fine event. So Dr. Brown Arredondo, and Mr. Fred Bell, Congressman Evans, Kelvin Moore, Mr. Snow. If could join us for the ribbon cutting, it would be my honor to pass you the scissor and let you, the mayor, officially open this event. I'm good here.
Keith Williams is, along with Kevin Brittingham, my security, retired from the Secret Service, ran the White House. Kevin Brittingham is a sergeant in D.C. Metropolitan Police who runs vice presidency. And the quiet gentleman with the gray hair standing over there, Mr. Mayor, he is the executive director of the United States. Also the supervisor for all those agencies. So like I told you, and I want to take this. Got it off, John?
Thank you all for coming. Have a wonderful, wonderful conference and enjoy every bit that Philadelphia has to offer.
It's always been on its own.
front of the back. Y'all get in front of the backdrop.
Center one more time if you don't mind.
And what that means for Philadelphia.
Well, I wanted to come home when I was the Imperial coach. Reared here in Philadelphia, such a city called home of Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church, Mississippi Boys and Girls. And I wanted the children who I serviced over the years, teaching ministry, to see that everybody can get on a path, and it doesn't have to be a path that leads to there's a lot of in the world. We need to help you to take advantage of it. And our commitment is shown here today to provide students each $25,000 their attendance at University. Also, this convention puts a lot of people who look like me back in the city. And that's important because that's for the community in general. So, since 2003, I've endeavored to work assiduously to bring this meeting back because under the administration of former Mayor Street and now under the administration of Mayor Kenny, we've been successful. We're going to have a parade on Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. coming right down Market Street, going to the Parkway and Logan Circle. Okay. So it was important for people to know who we are, what we do, okay, and what we're trying to accomplish.
I don't think that, I don't mean this is yeah. When did you start, Stephanie? Which administration? I knew you were in the. That's right. Were you in? Was it streets? Wow.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
No. I'm just her chauffeur now. I'm her Uber.
Oh, you're the star.
Remember the pension John was talking about?
Yeah.
I'm taking that.
I see. Grocery shopping, handling whatever. I know. Wow.
And I'm Uber driver for her mom.
Oh, yeah.
Once you accomplish that milestone, you're free to join any one of our 248 temples, of course, across the world. We're located in 17 countries, 47 states. There's a lot of us around. Like you said, we're going to see a swell and a mass. These are not hats, these are pheasants. Okay. We're going to see a swell of them in the coming years.
You got Molly,
Yeah.
months ago, he called me, he's driving contract, and he's like, oh my God, he's calling everybody, he's calling everybody, he was on this conference, all yours, Dr. Carly, I said, no, the Molly.
No, Monday morning, watch the parade. We're giving a book bag for the school supplies and thousands of dollars to John B. Kelly Elementary, which is a class. And also Prince Hall Elementary, which is the only school in this nation that is named after our progenitor, Prince Hall. And we're also giving, I've only get into it, just 500-600 bags of school supplies.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Ain't no problem. You too, man.
No, we don't. Appreciate you.